G-Tron here, December 21st of 2025. Good evening. How y'all doing? My lovely, lovely audience. Whoever you are, I love you. And wow. Let me just say that I'm grateful. I think that's just a good thing to be in general. So here I am. I'm just being grateful, man. I got my chamomile tea. It's 9:38 p.m. Perfect time to unwind, relax, and say what's on my mind. I feel like. Look, in factual reality, I am super grateful. I am now in my holiday vacation mode. Today has been really the day one of the holidays for me. The last couple days have been sort of a lot of partying, a lot of drinking, and recovering from it, which was great because I wanted to celebrate. I really wanted to celebrate the end of the last contract, the TV show that we just finished filming. Super grateful to have been part of it. Super grateful for the people that I work with. Super grateful for having that opportunity, you know? I think I'm super lucky. So rightfully, we celebrated the end of that show, organized by some of my coworkers, namely Leah and Antoine. I love them. I love them. I love them dearly. They organized the evening and we went out, spent a very gay and joyous evening together. So that was fun, you know? And I just wanted to express myself. I just wanted to give myself the opportunity to thank everybody I wanted to thank. There's a lot of shots being bought that I received and I also gave them. I feel like I gave enough of my appreciation, you know, to the people I wanted to appreciate. And I hope that they felt appreciated, even for a little bit. Because it's sincere. I really mean it. And that was a great way to end that chapter. And now I'm just recovering from it and getting ready to welcome the new year, which is going to be totally something else, I hope. This year has been pretty good. I'll definitely do like a end of the year wrap up video, you know, at the end of the year, wrapping up, reflecting and reminiscing on the things that happened and make sense of it all. In the meantime, getting ready for what's to come in 2026. Definitely, I want to do a full video on that. This one, I don't want to get too deeply into it because this is kind of more of like a end of the day rant, and I'm not going to get deeply into that. Besides, there's still like 10 days left in the year, so the year isn't over yet. You know, I have to get ready this week to go to Japan. I'm leaving for Japan. And I will be also going to Thailand for the first time. So that's pretty exciting. So that's what's coming up. That's what's coming up down the pipeline. And right now, I'm just in recovery mode. Today was great. I just set the baseline. Sleeping well, waking up, working out, eating well. I cleaned the entire house. I cleaned the entire house. You know, I just wanted to set up my base camp here, you know, back to zero, reset, and ready to embark on another adventure, you know. So I'll be here for the next week or so, just like enjoying myself, you know, enjoying my home, enjoying being home, enjoying having the time to think about things and visualize things for the future and set my intentions right for what's to come, baby. Yeah. That's what I'm doing, you know, and I love it. I'm really appreciating this time alone. I enjoy being with myself, and so here I am, just loving it. And also, of course, I love being with people, but I've been with people for the last 3 months, so it's perfectly fine for me to be alone. Yeah, so exciting shit, you know. Looking forward to what's coming, and I feel like more open to things. I'm open to new challenges. I'm open to new relations. I'm open to new friends. I'm open to all kinds of things. Um, I feel like that's going to be what's coming for this year, next year, and I want to be very ambitious. I'm feeling that spark coming back. I know that I have slowed down in the last couple of years. I've been a little bit more complacent. I rationalize that it's because I had to work through some emotional baggage I racked up in the last 3 4 years. You know, went through some relationships that had a lot of ups and downs, and I had to go through them. And just in the digestion of it, you know, I took a lot of action. I did a lot of things, and I was just running and running and running. And I think like the last couple of years, I just had to take a pause, and I just sort of settled down to a very basic lifestyle. I just worked and slept, and that's about it. You know, like, yeah, like my dating life was quiet, my sex life was quiet. You know, I didn't really, I went out a lot, like I socialized a lot, but much in a very superficial way. It wasn't like I wasn't going out to make like deep relationships. I wasn't going out to, you know, with friends or like organizing dinners and events like that like I used to. I was very much like at a surface level. I feel like, you know, I was just very complacent with keeping things extremely simple. Although that's boring, you know, I will admit that's not very fun. That's probably why I had to party so much, because I had to compensate, you know. I had to compensate for all the lack of like that connection maybe. So I was going out a lot. So I was meeting people, but on a superficial level. And yeah, I'm just kind of opening up to, you know, being more available for people. I'm opening up to taking risks and jumping into things. Um, yeah, which is like, I feel like that's my nature, and I've been not really at my by I haven't been like totally myself. I feel like, you know, in the last couple of years, and I'm feeling it coming back. So it's really cool. I like it. It's fun. It's fun, and I want to get back to taking risks, and that can extend to everything. You know, like from career to relationships to the way I think, the way I look, everything, man. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm ready to like jump into new things and just fucking go all in. Like that's how it feels like. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Um, I feel like I made a lot of progress this year. I know that I started the year like I was pretty I was doing pretty good. I was feeling pretty good at the beginning of the year, but certainly like I did feel a little bit of hesitation. I feel like I continue to make attempts. You know, I had that whole 90-day challenge, making short content every day, which I got to like day 40 or something like that. I also created online communities that I stopped investing in. I Yeah, like I did a lot of things, but like I just didn't execute them to the full extent. Um, and every time I fuck up like that, I learn something. I learn something new. Um, Mostly about myself. Like there's a lot of limiting beliefs I have, I think. So I just go through them. I go through them. I learn from the experience and I learn from them. So I just want to apply those things this coming year, and take way more risks. Like I want to I want to do scary things. I want to do things that scare me. I want to do things that, you know, just are uncomfortable. I want to be uncomfortable. I've been pretty comfortable for the last couple of years, and it's just not how I used to do things, you know? Like I'm all my life has been all about like just jumping into things and trying things and moving and taking risks. Um but yeah, I have definitely slowed down. And I was thinking like, oh, it's maybe age, you know, like maybe as you age, you get older, and you kind of slow down. Your energy isn't as what it used to be, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Like you just don't have the same capacity, maybe, and that's probably true. But I think that I'm just certainly not optimized. You know, I've picked up a lot of bad habits. Like I talk about that a lot, but you know, I know that I can do much better. So I think I gotta unlearn a lot of shit, and get back to being fucking awesome, baby. You know. So that's about it, man. Honestly, I feel like this is the same fucking shit I always talk about. Actually, you know, let's talk about something else. Well, this weekend, man, all I can say is that it's yeah, I feel like I really opened myself up, you know, this weekend. Even if it's like a little thing. For me, it's like I'm doing something different, you know. Um I feel like I'm putting myself into like new scenarios that I have been avoiding, or I have not been so keen to partake in. Like I think I talked about this in the last episode. Like I'm allowing myself to hang out with coworkers more. I'm allowing myself to be like more infatuated, even, you know, with the prospect of you know, getting romantically involved, or even just seeing a girl romantically at work, or just being like charmed, even just being charmed by a girl at work. Like I just had a hard policy that I wouldn't do that, you know. Maybe the last time I did that was like 5 years ago at work, and since then I just haven't. I had like a hard rule that I wouldn't do that, just to keep my life simple. Um, like I said, I was doing a lot of stuff, and I just thought that those kind of like extracurricular activities would distract me, and I know they would. You know, I know they would. It's just it's not necessary. It's fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's fun, but it's not necessary. You know, and when you're trying to do a bunch of shit, like when you're busy, like you're busy and you have to optimize yourself. That's just a fact, you know? And I was just that's what I was doing. But I feel like I'm just trying something new, you know? I'm just opening myself up to the prospect that I can do all of that and I don't have to make it a distraction. Like I can be charmed by people. I can have people move me, you know, spiritually or emotionally or even just physically, like move me. And I'm just open to it now, you know? And I'm just sort of reigniting that part of me because once you don't do that or once you kind of close things off to that part of life or when you're not accepting of some things, I think you get a little bit rusty, you know? You get a little bit unfamiliar with that, right? So it's interesting, man. It's like maybe if you stop driving your car for a while and you step back in a car and you drove it again and it just kind of feels like a whole new experience, you know? You got to remember where things are. Maybe you got to remember where the buttons are, you know? Or you got to remember how much you got to press on the brake, you know, before the car stops or whatever. I don't know, there's just little things like that. You know, it's like very sensory. It's a very sensory thing. It's a physiological thing. It's kind of like a mental thing. Um so it's been interesting, I think. Just like being open to that, you know, going to these work functions like rap parties. I mean, I always go to rap parties, but even when I went to rap parties in the past, I would be like sort of I would be kind of distant. Maybe not distant, but like I had like I wouldn't get too involved, you know? I wouldn't get too involved in the work drama. Or I was never part of any sort of tea, you know? I wasn't in that tea. I wasn't steeping in that tea, you know? I just be like the I just be like the sugar cube on the side that didn't get used, you know, or the spoon that just didn't need to be used because you know, they weren't mixing in the milk or whatever. So I was just like the spoon, a new spoon. Now I'm just kind of like, you know what? Maybe I'll like dip that spoon in the tea, you know. Maybe I'll pour that milk. Maybe I'll pour that milk in it, you know. I'm gonna pour that milk in it. Yeah, I'm gonna use that spoon too. I'm gonna stir that shit up. So that's what I've been doing, and it feels new. It feels fresh. It's kind of like, you know, like a tickling myself a little bit. You know, it's like tickling a part of you that no one's touched in a while. I think that's pretty much exactly what it is. So yeah, man, that's what's kind of new. That's what's exciting. That's what's I feel like that's the tip of the iceberg. You know, of what I want this new year to look like. Um, yeah, and just trusting like I can handle it. You know, like I have the bandwidth, especially if I get my fucking shit in order. Like if I'm not drinking as much, if I'm not fucking smoking, if I'm sleeping properly and I'm eating properly and yeah, just like basic like working out, you know, all the things I used to do that I kind of like let go of in the past couple of years because I was, you know, I just been fucking, I don't know, man. I was going through it, man. That's what it is. I'm not gonna go deeper into that because I've already talked about that so much here. I feel like that's been my obsession. Like, yeah, I just been like preoccupied with that for the last couple of years. of years. So yeah, there's plenty of that. If you want to know about it, you just go back in my archives, just hear about it. But I'm not going to go deep into that anymore. I think it's really it's pointless kind of to go back into that. So I'm just more interested in going forward, experiencing new things, and getting back to that part of me where I'm just always thinking about what's possible, like what else is possible, and I just have an idea in my head and then I just want to get it out and I just want to do them. And I just go and fucking do them. And that's exciting, that's fun. And that's relationships, and it's business. That's about making money. That's about just living the fucking life I want to live. If I have an idea about something, I think it's possible, then I believe it's possible. I think that if I can think it, I know that it's possible. You just got to figure out how to do it. And going out and fucking doing it, that's fucking fun. That's the fun part of life. I don't know if there's anything to life other than that. If I don't have that, then what do I have, I don't really care about much else. I just want to live fully. I want to live life to the full extent. I want to feel things to the full extent. I want to love to the full extent. I want to fucking get angry if I have to, If I have to hate somebody, maybe I'll hate somebody, if I have to, I have to, man. If you're going to live your life, it's like maybe you're going to feel those things. But I don't want to be shy about, feeling those things, So I got to go feel them and I got to go do them. And I'm excited about it. I feel like I can do it again. I feel like I can handle it. And I want to dream bigger than I ever have. I want to think up the most outrageous, outlandish things. I want to have expectations that are completely unreasonable. I want to set up visions that are like stuff you dream about. I want to be looking at my dreams like it's all possible. Which is interesting to mention because I've been having like vivid dreams again. Like I think I had like a few years where I just didn't dream about much, I just like didn't have dreams. Or maybe I do. I think you always dream, but I just don't remember them. Or they were just not that interesting. Like I would wake up and I'd be like, I don't know what I dreamt about. Like I wouldn't remember them because I guess it didn't stick, But lately, man, I'm just having like very like vivid dreams, which is interesting to me. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, that's good. I'll tell you a dream I had. So this one was like last week. This was last week, early last week, maybe Monday, Sunday, something like that. I had a dream where like somebody that I know in real life, but I don't really know them. Like I don't know this person that well. But in the dream, it felt like I knew this person like all my life. And that's like a vivid feeling, It's like a feeling of it's like your grandpa, let's say, or like your grandma, or your parents, or your brothers and sisters, or somebody really close to you. Just know them for a long time. Like you've been there for all of their stories. You've been there for all of the things that they went through. Like this person. Like there's nobody else in this world that you know. more than this person. And I felt that feeling with somebody that I don't really know. And this person was in front of me. And this person was in the dream. And it felt like we knew each other a really long time. And I had that feeling about this person, which was strange because when I looked at this person, I know that I don't know this person. But the feeling was that I knew this person for a long time. And then at the end of the dream, this person dies. This person died in the dream. And like the way that she went, it wasn't like gory, or it wasn't like gruesome in any way. It wasn't bloody in any way. It wasn't like ugly in any way. It was just like, it was graphic though. Like this person was like eaten by a bird. Like the last scene I remember from the dream is like I'm like on a cliff type of place, on top of a cliff type of place, and this bird was just like pecking away at the last pieces of this person, which kind of is gory, I guess. But in the dream, it didn't feel gory. Like I wasn't like repulsed by the images, but it was more this insane, extreme sadness I felt watching that. And just watching like somebody that I knew like so incredibly well, just be reduced to like food for birds. And that was like so it was like so, I was so profoundly disturbed when I woke up. Like I felt this emptiness of like somebody that you that's super like close to you, like disappearing, like they just don't exist, you know? I feel like I've only felt that like a couple times in my life. Probably like when my grandpa died, or when my dad died. Even actually people that I was in school with, maybe. Like I remember this girl in secondary school died. And she was somebody that I went to like elementary school with. So I knew her from school, not well, but I knew her from school. And she was in like the special education class because I was in it, because I was like an ESL student. So I couldn't like fully partake in like the regular classes. So I was like in this like special help class, you know, I was getting help from teachers, and she was in there. And in high school, she died from cancer. I think her name is Catherine. And I remember crying. Yeah, I remember crying in class. When when they announced that she passed away, because I just remembered, I just had these like images of like knowing her, even though I didn't really know her. Like I just had this feeling that I knew her, you know. We were in the same class. You know, I remember sitting with her, or like we talk a little bit, maybe across the table or whatever. Like there were just moments that I remember like her just being there. And then, you know, suddenly she's not anymore. Like she's not there anymore. She's gone. Yeah, that's like a weird feeling, you know. Like I guess I haven't had too many deaths in my life. I guess fortunately, you know, but I mean, I had couple family members go. Um, maybe a couple friends or like acquaintances that I knew a bit that's passed. But it is a hard thing, I think, to go through probably. I don't know why I say probably because it's happened in the past, but I don't know, man. I feel like it's something you just never want to get numb to. Like, you know, you don't want to get numb to it, you know? Like you don't want to get numb to somebody like leaving you or like not being in your life anymore. I feel like that's sad if you get used to that. You know, like you shouldn't get used to that. Like that should suck every time it happens. That should hurt. And that I don't know. That makes me think of some too. Like you know, if yeah, I don't know. Like anytime you let people in, or anytime you get to know somebody, and then like but then you're just like kind of numb to the feeling. Either of people coming into your life or like other or people leaving because like you just expect that to happen. You just kind of like expect that to be how things are. Then it's kind of like it's kind of sad, you know, because like those events mean less almost like you feel less for those events when maybe they used to mean a lot more. You know, maybe if you made a connection with somebody, that might mean a little bit more. And if they left, that would mean a lot because you just lost somebody or whatever. But if you got used to that, you know, it's kind of like it's kind of sad because then you don't get to feel those things anymore. Anyways, I think that's what I took away from that dream. I think that's what I took away from it. I actually Google or I chat GPT'd it. I chat GPT'd what it means because I was curious, you know. And that's like the first time I ever do that. I never really go deeply into dreams or whatever. I just think they're just dreams, you know. You just sleep. You're just sleeping and you're dreaming. I don't usually look deeply into it. I just think they're amusing, but I don't know. This one, I just it was so disturbing. Like I woke up feeling so terrible. I had like that sense of loss. It like literally felt like I fucking lost somebody. That's how it felt when I wake up, and I don't know this person. You know, I don't know this person that well. So like I was just confused. Like why do I feel like this? And it just felt so strange to have that person's like picture in my mind. It's like what's going on, you know? So I had to fucking chat GPT it and it said something about like when somebody dies in a dream, it's about like like a rebirth, you know, like it's about a new beginning, it's about transition or letting go of something. And it's not like actual literal death of anything, like you know, it's not about that person, but it's like the personified thing, like an identity maybe, you know. That's what I was saying, which I guess kind of makes sense. But even then, I don't really know if I trust these like uh, interpretations. I feel like anyone's guess is as good as theirs, you know. Whoever thought of it, like Freud or whatever. But my interpretation was that, like, well, the way that I felt about it is like my subjective feeling about it was it's sad. It's sad to get used to it. Like, you shouldn't get used to that feeling, you know? You shouldn't get used to the feeling of somebody leaving you. You shouldn't get used to the feeling of somebody new coming into your life. Just knowing it's gonna maybe go away or whatever. Like, it should feel good. Not good. Like, it's not good or bad. It's more like your spirit should be moved, you know? That's the way that I would put it. Like, it's not so like, it's not about like feeling good, like, you know, I just drank a Coke or like I just had a massage, you know, like that feels good or whatever. But it's more like, oh, like, did it move you, you know? Like, did it move your spirit? And that's not, I'm not talking in good or bad way. It's like, does it move you somehow, you know? I think that's what I was getting at, I think, when I was thinking about it. And the fact that I don't really know this person, I'm like, well, it is a possibility, you know, where, I mean, potentially anybody in the world can have that impact on you, but, you know, rarely do we give that opportunity or open that window, or we just don't expect it. And we, you know, I mean, there are infinite opportunities and potentials, but, you know, we're gonna do what we do every day, and we're just sort of running on this autopilot, and we might have these like boundaries and policies like that I have to keep myself in line, or, you know, keep me from not being distracted or whatever. But then there's all these other things that can happen. So yeah, that's how I kind of read into that dream. And I'm super grateful for it, man. I'm super grateful for that dream. It was a vivid dream, and it made me feel something really, really profoundly. And I'm super grateful for that. Like, I thought about that dream for like 3 days. Yeah, I thought about that. Yeah, I even thought about telling that person who was in my dream about it, but then I like, so many times I wanted to, and I just didn't, because I don't know, I thought that was like a little too much, you know, to tell somebody that you don't really know that they died in the dream. I thought that might be a bit much, so I just kind of held myself from saying that. But actually, in fact, I did end up saying it this weekend, or last weekend. I did tell her that, so that was fun. So you know what? That feels good. That feels good. You know, that feels good that fucking got birthed in my brain, and then somehow it made it out, and now this other person in this fucking world knows about it, which is fucking crazy to me. Isn't that fucking crazy? I don't know. I'm easily amused. I don't know, but I think that's kind of fascinating. Anyways, this was a really weird rant. But I'm just gonna ship it out, man. I'm gonna ship it out because this is the point. Here I am, Naturalized Podcast. Just trying to keep it real with you. And I'm gonna continue to do so because I want to get better at it. But I'm not where I want to be. This is like the process, you know. I'm just literally just documenting the process. But I want to get it to where I want it. So yeah. Here we are. I love you. And I will see you in the next one.